is so difficult. Sculpture. Sculpture. Where should I start? Stop it, Mr. Cooney. I don't have time to play. What happened? Where am I?
Well, you are in my fantasy world.
Oh, how come you can talk, Mr. Cooney?
Like I said, I made up this world. I saw you struggling with your homework and I want to help. It was not so easy telling you anything I wanted when all I could use was meow and my expressive eyes. Since I used to be an art professor in my previous life, I will try to help you.
Really? OMG, Mr. Cooney, you really can help me.
Yes! So, follow me.
Were you really an art professor, Mr. Cooney?
Let me prove it to you. Isn't your homework about sculpture?
Wow, Mr. Cooney! Lots and lots of sculptures and statues here. This must be the sculpture paradise.
You know, sculpture is a three-dimensional visual arts which is produced by carving hard objects like wood or stone. Soft materials like ceramics, clay, metal, plastic, and glass can also be used to make sculptures. These are otherwise molded, welded, and cast.
Oh, I see. But how come these old sculptures I see here are mostly made of stones only?
Well, Asian sculptures made of stone survive far better than works of art in perishable materials like wood.
Those are magnificent statues, Mr. Cooney.
Yes, they really are magnificent, right? You know, during ancient times, the Greeks made sculptures of their deities like Zeus, Poseidon, and Hera. The Romans, on the other hand, made statues of emperors, soldiers, and prominent leaders.
I saw in YouTube that the Egyptians made sculptures of pharaohs, small figures of deities, or their animal personifications. These are very common.
You're right, Malaya. Ancient civilization made sculptures inspired by their religious belief, mythology, and their curiosity of the human form.
OMG! You really sound like a professor, Mr. Cooney.
Of course, because I really was. Come this way. I'll show you something.
What are those, Mr. Cooney?
These are sculptures from India. Oh, those over there are from China, Japan, Indonesia, and the rest of the Asia. These sculptures are also influenced by their myths, religious belief, and common everyday life.
Wait, Mr. Cooney. I can see some carabaos and bulol. There are even sculptures of the Virgin Mary and the Nazareno.
Those sculptures are from the Philippines. Like other Asian cultures, Filipino sculptors are also influenced by their myths, religious beliefs, and common everyday life.
These horses are colorful. Huh? They are not made of wood, not even of stone. I wonder what they are made of.
Oh yes! These are called taka or paper mache. Do you know what the paper mache is?
Of course, I saw them in Paite, Laguna. Mr. Cooney, isn't this Paite? We are near our house now.
You're right. I took you here so you can see how they make taka.
Mr. Cooney, is taka making a very old practice in the Philippines?
Not really. Taka making just came about after wood carving. Wood carving can be traced back to as early as the pre-colonial period. Sculpture in general was already an established art form among our ancestors before coming of Magellan.
Really? I didn't know that. I thought the Spaniards introduced the art of sculpture through statues of saints and other Christian images.
No. Good examples of pre-colonial sculptures making are the Okir and the Saraminok from the southern Philippines. Not to mention the images of Anitos or Budol from the Cordilleras. In fact, jewelry making, brassworks, and other ornaments made of metal also existed already before the Spaniards came.
Oh, I see. What other kinds of sculpture did our ancestors make? How about now? Do you think sculpture making is still popular? Where can I find them, Mr. Cooney? And also, Mr. Cooney, is it possible?
Wait. Hold your horses. You have so many questions. I have a better idea. I'll introduce you to someone who is a real sculptor.
Oh, yes! Please, 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 Mr. Cooney. Will you will you please?
Okay. First, close your eyes and count from 1 to 3.
1, 2, 3.
So, first year ko, nag-visual communication ako. Pero nakita ko parang, ano pala to? Parang advertising, no? Tapos nakita ko yung, na-expose din kami yung studio arts. Yung studio arts doon, may painting at saka sculpture. So, sabi ko, mas gusto ko yung ano, parang mas gusto ko yung sculpture, no? Tapos towards the end, may course kami na ano, apprenticeship talaga. Ang buhay pa, inabot ko si Anastasio Caido. I had the opportunity to be exposed in doing public art, monuments, figurative monuments, yung nandun ako kay Caido. Tapos after siguro mga 10 years after graduation, nagsimula na ako first one-man show. Tapos pagdating ng mga 2000, medyo nag-focus na lang ako sa commissioned works, mga statwa o figurative works na so ang mga ka-relate ko mga educational institutions or government, GO or minsan mga samahan. So ayun ang aking brief history. Academic ang training ko kasi, no? Kaya mas ang process namin talaga clay. Kasi parating ang nasa isip ko paano palalakihin. So ako clay. I start with clay and then we can transfer clay to metal. Pwede ring concrete, pwede ring nawi-weld. Wala talagang limit sa material pag ang pinag-uusapan natin ay sa Pilipinas kasi, originally mas marami tayong gawa sa pottery, sa palayok, sa putik, no? Kasi ayun ang pinaka-available na material. Ayan ang marami tayo. Ayan ang nakabalot actually sa buong kalupaan ng Pilipinas. No? Tapos marami rin tayong kahoy. Kaya naging malaking tradisyon din talaga yung wood carving. Kahit saan ka pumunta yata sa Pilipinas, no? Meron ding mga lugar na may bato. Yung Romblon, kilala siya sa marmol, no? So ayun, bato, putik. Pero sa wood, ang galing natin sa wood, no? Kasi ang titigas ng kahoy natin, no? Meron na yata tayong mahigit sa 3,000 na indigenous native Philippine trees na of good quality for carving. So yun, ganun. Yun ang mga materyales na available. Kay Anastasio Caido, ang namin napaka methodological. No? Method. May sunod-sunod na paraan. Hindi ka pwedeng basta gagawa ka na lang, may impulse. Hindi. Sa kanya, talaga, 1, 2, 3, 4. No? Do-drawing mo muna. Tapos, aralin mo yung structure. No? Tapos, gagawa mo ng armature. Saka babalutin ng skin. Lalagyan mo ng skin, saka lalagyan ng clay or kung effigy, paper, gano'n. Actually, ang isang pinakamahirap na dinadaanan namin, simula clay, di gagawin ko na yung clay, no? Yung mold, paggawa ng mold. Actually, kung kaya mong isipin yung negative space around a positive space, that's the mold. So, ang mold pag binuhos mo yung casting material mo, Pag tinanggal mo sa molde, magkakaroon ka ng positive definition ng mold, no? Ayun ang positive space mo. Ayun ang form, andun ang forma. So, pag may cavity na akong ganon, binaliktad ko siya, binuhusan ko, pag tumigas yon, pwede ko nang basagin yung ayun na yung positive output ko. Ayun na yung artwork, no? So, polishing, finishing, retouching, and then probably painting or kung anong gusto mong gawin, and then yun na. It seems yung public art ang nagbibigay talaga sa akin ng character. How people relate to the public art would give me an idea how the culture, the people of that place relate, respect, or react to that kind of structure. No? Siya talaga ang nagbibigay ng hugis, ng form, no? Doon sa kaisipan. Kasi yung kaisipan non-tangible hindi mo ma-define, no? Pero yung mga nakikita mo na mga images, symbols, no? Textures, form, doon sa lugar na yun, ay nang nagbibigay nung character nung nung lugar, no? This is not an easy profession, but it's a very exciting profession. Madadala ka sa iba-ibang lugar, no? It's a very challenging profession. Yun. Kung talagang gusto nyo to, well, I encourage you to go in this field. No?
Thank you, Mr. Mandehar. We're going now. Bye. Mr. Cooney, I feel like I'm over the moon. I'm so happy. Now, I can do my homework without sweat.
Whoa! Not so fast, young lady. First, I want you to experience how to make a piece of your own sculpture. Here, open this box and read the instructions. Here are the following materials: a bar of soap, small knife, sandpaper or liha, parchment paper, pencil, and scissors. And for the instructions, first, draw your design in mind on the parchment paper. For example, flower, duck, and kitten. Mark or trace your design on the soap. Start carving the design by using the small knife. When done, use the sandpaper to polish and refine the carved soap. Have fun!
Yippee! I'm done with my own sculpture. Look, Mr. Cooney, it's so cute. It looks like you. Mr. Cooney? Mr. Cooney, where are you? What happened, Mr. Cooney? Are we home now?